Okay, so next we've got, as I said, the first of our double acts. It's Brendan and Juliet from the Society of Light and Lighting, talking about a Society of Light.
Thank you, Martin, my old boss. He's a gent. It's going to be lovely because we're going to see Martin and Sharon out in the Middle East in a couple of days' time when we host an event out there. But anyway, that's going to come. What's that?
Sure. So I'm Juliet Rennie. I'm the coordinator for the Society of Light and Lighting.
My name is Brendan Keely. I'm the secretary of the Society of Light and Lighting. And we're going to tell you a little bit about who we are and what kind of benefits you can get, and there are many benefits, by taking part in our community.
So first of all, the Society was founded in 1909, and it started as the Illuminating Engineering Society before becoming the lighting division of CIVS in 1978 when we joined with heating and ventilation. So since then, we've come a long way. We had our first female president in 1984, and then not so long after that, we became the Society of Light and Lighting. So in that, over 100 years, we've established various events and competitions which are now internationally known, and our membership has continued to grow. So what do?
Well, we probably do quite a lot. We love our competitions. We cannot get enough of our competitions. We have a competition called Young Lighter of the Year, and this is open to anybody under the age of 30. That's what we've deemed as being young. So the idea is that we give an opportunity for people to have a platform to practice their presentation skills, hopefully better than I am, and to work on a written piece as well. If they win the final, which is held at Lux Live each year, then they will gain £1,000 as a winner and also be named and given the award at the Lux Awards, the Young Lighter of the Year. The competition's in its 24th year. There have been some phenomenal people gone through this process and have turned out to be, well, design leaders in our industry and in our field. In our 25th year next year, we're going to change the rules. We can. It's our competition. So we're going to make it a little bit more accessible, we feel, to allow more people to enter it each year. But you still got to be under 30 in the year of the competition. Sorry, Martin.
Another of our annual events is Ready Steady Light. So we hold this each year in partnership with Rose Bruford College. And we invite teams of lighting designers and various lighting professionals to come along and compete against each other. So we give them an hour and a half to come up with an exterior lighting installation and a very limited selection of equipment. And we get them to sort of come up with it, and there are 3 prizes at the end of the day. So we're looking for a Creative Award, we've got a Technical Considerations Award, and the all-important Peer Prize, which is judged by the teams themselves. So this is kicking off, it'll be in March on the 26th next year, so team entry will probably open in January. So look forward to hearing from you.
And we never did this before, but then we started doing it. And once you start doing it, you want to keep doing it. It's like an itch.
Slippery slope.
You just got to itch it, scratch it even. As we all know, back in 2015, UNESCO launched the International Year of Light. It was the inaugural International Year of Light. I don't know whether we'll have another one, so maybe it's the only International Year of Light. In our response, our brilliant members decided to light 9 UNESCO World Heritage Sites around the UK. A massive, massive effort by everybody, not just the members, the design and the engineering experience and delivering it, but also logistically. And we had so many suppliers, so many supporters helping us through this process. We enjoyed it. So thank you to everybody involved. It was also recognised in the Light Design Awards as a winner in the category, and the darc Awards. That was a good night. Yeah. Cocktails. And highly commended in the Lux Awards as well.
So, going on the back of the success of the first one, we did it again the following year, this time in association with Illuminating York Light Festival. So again, it was led by our membership and sort of support from the industry. And we lit the Multangular Tower and St Leonard's Hospital, which are both part of York Museum Gardens.
And in association with Illuminating York that year, we went into some schools. One of our things is that we really want to engage with the public, and we engaged with local schools, primary schools, secondary schools, and an art college. And we challenged them to come up with designs for 4 sites in York, which would run at the same time as Illuminating York. And if you think that Jason Bruges was in there at that time as well, they were amongst good company. These are around the periphery, you can see, left and right, you can see the design sketches from the children and the students and our interpretation of their designs, which we tried to be as faithful as possible. But sometimes practicalities come into play as well. I just do want to highlight on the top left the sort of horizontal rainbow effect. This was designed by somebody called Izzy. Izzy was 7 at the time when she did that. And we think she could be one of for the future, for sure.
So the 3rd Night of Heritage Light was held in Oxford last year. And so we had 6 of the most kind of iconic sites around Oxford city centre, so including the Radcliffe Camera, the Observatory, and the Ashmolean Museum, amongst others. And again, it was teams of SLL members that led each design for the sites. So it was another fantastic event. This one was in association with the Curiosity Carnival, which is a European-wide sort of program to engage the public with ongoing research.
And again, we did Pockets of Light, and the 3 schools and colleges that we went to in Oxford created these designs or sketches, and we put them into practice. In respect to the Night of Heritage Light and Pockets of Light, as I said before, thank you everybody that's ever been involved in the process. It's massive, time-consuming, blood, sweat, tears. Thank you.
So moving on, each year we offer the Gene Heat Research Bursary. So although it says 2,000, we actually offer up to £4,000 for a research project every year. So projects in the past, we've had one on circadian lighting for retail, another one on the social effects of light, and the current project, which is going to conclude, I think it's early next year, is on a manual blind algorithm for daylight analysis. So the entry for the 2009 bursary will be at Lux Live.
It will, well remembered. We produce a wealth of knowledge. The idea of the knowledge is that it helps our members and helps the public to understand what it is they're doing and how to interpret standards, maybe British standards, maybe European norms, maybe ISO standards as well. We produced the code for lighting. We've had a number of iterations of the code. The last one was done in 2012, and the handbook, which is your go-to guide kind of thing, it's on your desk, it's what you're always going to refer to. That was produced in 2009, and in a couple of weeks we've got the brand new one coming out. So all our guides are available to download by all our members. Every time we produce something new, it goes on the CIBSE Knowledge Portal. Everybody gets to know it's there, and you've got free access as part of your membership. The handbook is a complete rewrite. It's almost double the size. It's got 23 additional chapters in it, and it's very worthwhile taking a look at it. And if anybody wants to order a hard copy, we've got a discount deal. So get in touch at the website, via the website, and we'll work something out.
So along with the code and the handbook, we also have sort of specific guides for different applications of light. So that goes from offices to stairs. That was a recent one. We've got exterior. So these are all, again, available for members to download for free. And you can purchase hard copies and PDFs online as well. And this year, so we've had the new commissioning code is out this year. And we've also, you're going to touch on what's coming next.
This is a new chapter for us. We are launching a retail guide. We've never worked with retail in the past. Obviously, we've given guidance on colour temperatures and the light to make produce or products look in a certain way. And again, in the next few weeks, this should be available to download to all our brilliant members and to the public to purchase should they wish. And again, we've got a deal if a pre-order is made, so get in touch.
So as well as our guidance, we produce Lighting Research and Technology Journal. So this is all of the latest research papers. There's 8 editions a year. And it's, so again, available for free for our members to access, but you can also get a subscription separately. So yeah, that's...
And to celebrate the 50th volume earlier in the year, and in association with the inaugural International Day of Light, I think I'm safe in saying that's inaugural because it will happen again, we held a symposium. It was a brilliant day. We had 9 or 10 presentations from leading researchers from around the world. The likes of Mark Ray from Rensselaer and his colleague Mariana Figueroa. We taped or recorded all of those presentations, and they will be available online. So we will ping an email out to all the members and contacts that we have to let them know they're available, and it's a real eye-opener. The papers were presented in the volume 50, edition 1 of the journal, but they spoke a lot about where they felt their fields of specialist research was going to go in the future, which is what we want to know.
So we're really happy to announce that our Light Bite series will be returning this year. So that was formerly the SLL Masterclasses. So they'll be kicking off in Birmingham on the 18th of October. And it's a day of bite-sized, peer-reviewed presentations. And they focus on sort of key topics for people within the lighting industry, but also in associated industries. So this series was developed alongside the SIBSI's Facilities Management Group. So it's got a bit of a broader sort of view to it. And it's also a chance to add 4.5 hours to your CPD.
We'll love a bit of CPD. And we are there with the lovely Les Thomas from Fagerhult, who's, these are the speakers and sponsors of the event. Thorlux, we have the immediate past president, Richard Capel. Zicato, the very humble Roger Sexton. And the very excitable Graham Shaw from Zumtobel.
As well as our sponsors and partnership, the Society gets support from its sustaining members. So as a sustaining member, these organisations get access to all of our guidance. They have input as well. We promote them at events, but they also enable us to put on a full calendar of CPD events and other activities.
Thank you to them all. We've just given a sample here of upcoming events. This weekend, there's a few of us in this room are heading out to Dubai for the Light Middle East, where we will hold Ready Steady Light Middle East, which is in its 3rd year, which is really exciting because health and safety doesn't really come into it, it seems. A trip? Never mind. But please do take a look at the website. Everything that we do is on the website. In whatever region where we do it, it could be in Australia and New Zealand, it could be in Hong Kong, it could be in the UAE. So it's all there, and all the events are available to you to take part in. And great opportunities to network, meet people. They could be future colleagues, could be future employers. You never know.
So we also produce a newsletter. This comes out every 2 months. So members get the newsletter in the post along with the SIBSI journal, but you can also sign up for it online. So just visit the SLL website. And it kind of covers things, everything from interviews with designers and artists to research, current research that's going on, what's been covered in LR&T. Yeah, it's a pretty broad spectrum of content there.
We're going to talk a little bit about how the Size Society operates. Fact is, Juliet and I are currently, but not for very long, the only staff members that are employed by SIBSI to work for the Society. So we rely massively on the volunteer members.
So we've got a selection of committees that kind of inform and shape the direction that we're going in. So centrally, we've got our executive. So it's chaired by the SLL president, who's just over there, and the vice presidents. And then it's got sort of the chairs of the other committees and the senior members of the Society. And then there's a selection of other ones, so technical and publications are responsible for the guidance, regional lighting representatives organise our events sort of internationally and across the UK, communications are obviously our voice outwards. So yeah, it's a broad spectrum, all member-led as well.
We have a whole host of benefits, obviously. We are a little bit short of 4,000 members, which is a massive increase from where we were 5 years ago, almost double, really. 2/3 of our membership is UK-based. The last third is international, around the regions and elsewhere. all our members get access to all of the guides. I mean, we've got something like 400 plus live publications to download, to review, to gain more knowledge. In addition to that, access to lighting research and technology, which we touched on before, and we digitized the pre-runner to LR&T, the IES transactions. So you have everything that we've done back to 1936. Some bedtime reading there. You will get a hard copy of the journal, the City Journal, which comes out every month, and the newsletter, as mentioned. Ooh, all our events are CPD accredited. We only have this year delegate paying rates for light bites, at £50 a member for the full day, which is not bad when you consider you get fed and watered. But the rest of the events are free to attend. You just got to contact us and let us know that you want to be there, so please do. There's also the professional recognition, knowing that you want to have your experience, your knowledge, your skills recognised by a professional body. And if you want to go through the grading, through the membership, do it. You've got an opportunity to show your peers, maybe even your clients, what it is you can do. If anybody wants to purchase hard copies as a member, obviously there's a discount. And it is a community. It is a society of light. And one of the beautiful things for us working in this industry is the people.
Yeah,
always.
absolutely.
First, foremost, always.
So yeah, there's a little bit of information. If you did want to sign up as an affiliate, we've got a special dark room offer, and that'll take you up to January 2020. So that's open to anyone with an interest in light and lighting, and then there are various different grades where you have to demonstrate your knowledge and ability as well.
This is important. If anybody is a student or knows any students, let them know about the offer, because a full-time student can have all of our guidance, all of our knowledge at no cost. We do request a cost for part-time students in a knowledge that they're probably working anyway, but not the full amount. So please do pass this on. So many people could benefit from what we produce.
So as I mentioned, there are then grades where you demonstrate your sort of knowledge and experience. So for example, the associate member grade, there's different ways in depending on the length of time that you've worked in lighting or any qualifications that you might have. And that goes on to a MSLL as well.
And the MSLL, there's different routes, education and experience, which could be a master's degree or a relevant degree in lighting, along with 5 years experience or just 10 years experience if you've not got that background in education.
And finally, we've got the fellow grade as well. So that's sort of acknowledging all your experience and your competence, but also any sort of significant contribution that you've made back into the lighting industry. So it's a big, big honour, that one.
And we're done. We thank you for your patience, your time, and your attention. Thank you.
Thank you.